Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. Today is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. Today we are going to be doing what we call What's on Your Mind. It is called Open Mic, wherein we give no restriction. We don't censor your opinion. We'll give you the opportunity to say whatever you think of, whether it's politics, whether it's social, economic, whatever it is, you are at liberty to talk about anything you want to talk about when it comes to open mic. However, we have confluence of issues currently ongoing in our country, Liberia, a whole lot, especially when it comes to politics. I'm trying to get hold of my colleagues in Liberia. Speaking of Truth FM, we will still get to them. If not, we will, however, have the show. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us. I want to encourage you to share the show, and then we will take it from there. Just take a moment. There are a lot of things on my mind today, equally so. I'm not just going to talk to you about our opinion line for you to make your opinion known as well. I want to welcome you back to SKTV. My name is Sekou Kene. So if you are in Liberia, I want to say good evening. Or if you are somewhere where it's in the morning, let's say you're in Australia, or you're in China where you are in any part of Asia where it's in the morning, you want to say good morning. And of course, if you're in the United States, in the eastern part of the United States, you want to say good afternoon. And if you're in the Midwest, say good afternoon. Of course, if you're in the West or North Pacific, we want to say good morning. It is good morning here in the southwest of the United States. Phoenix, to be specific, Arizona. We want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV once again. We want to encourage you to share the show as we get ready to speak of everything. I mean, everything you can think of. So it's very, very important that you share the show so everybody can form part of this very, very important conversation. All right.
Over Satan power, cause I ain't good more. I'm an overcomer. Yes, we're doing good more. Over Satan power, cause I ain't good more. See, I'm an overcomer. I say yes, we're doing good.
Yes, we're doing good. Over Satan power, desire in Kuni. I'm an overcomer.
I say yes, we're doing good.
Yes, we're doing good. Over Satan power, desire in Kuni. I'm an overcomer.
Oh, what is all of you?
Hosanna,
Hosanna,
I am for
Hosanna,
Jesus,
Hosanna,
I am for
Hosanna,
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 Jesus,
Hosanna,
I mean, I won't born say
Hosanna,
Jesus,
Hosanna.
and mighty. Yes, we're in Kunimo. See, I'm an overcomer. Listen, no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. For the greater one lives in me, yes it does, yes. Yes, we're in Kunimo. See, I'm an overcomer. I say, yes, we're in Kunim.
Yes, we're in Kuni.
David Walker, good morning.
I was saying,
Over Satan power.
What is you? Are you back?
Zion in Kuni.
see, I'm an overcomer.
I'm an overcomer.
I say, yes, we're in Kunim.
Yes, we're in Kuni.
Oh, yeah.
Over Satan power. Zion in Kuni. I'm an overcomer.
I'm a ding now, I'm getting to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarba.
Hosanna.
Jesus Nurbano.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarba.
Hosanna.
I'm getting to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
I mean, I want to say, Jesus Nurbano.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarba. Kojo, come on. I am for Hinarba. Hey, Jesus Nurbano.
Hosanna.
Wamyan to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
Hey, I am for Hinarba. Handkerchief. Wamyan to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarba. Jesus Nurbano.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarba. Wamyan to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
To the King and Lord of Lords we say. Listen, yes, we're in Kunmo. See, I'm an overcomer. I say, yes, we're in Kuni.
Yeah, so we are going to be doing what's on your mind today. It means that it's going to be open mic. Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody said no sound. I figured it out. I knew I was muted, but yeah, I just figured it out. So I'm sorry for that. Yeah, so it's going to be open mic. We have a lot going on, a whole lot going on, and I'm going to be giving my perspective about everything that is going on right now in Liberia politically. There have been a lot of back and forth with the school network, with the government of Liberia, and with the issue involving the killing of the former Chief Justice's daughter. A whole lot going on. Allegations, accusations, and counter accusations as to what is going on. Yeah, I want to know, Prince. I want to know what's on your mind. Yes, everybody. That's why we're going to open the line earlier today. So I'm going to tell you what's on my mind, and I'm going to open the line. If you want to contribute towards what's on my mind, you are more than welcome to do so. Equally so, you want to contribute based on what's on your mind, you are at liberty to do that as well. So first, I want to start with this whole issue of the spoon talk. Politics in Liberia is too dirty. Politics in Liberia is dirty. Politics everywhere is dirty. But Liberia, when it comes to Liberia, the one, for example, we call Pasmak, la Liberia is over the limit. It's so dirty that people will stop at nothing, no limitation. They will do or say anything and everything for political expediency. So I want to talk about that a little bit. First of all, the situation with Staten Waterspoon. It is an unfortunate situation. Any situation that will have negative impact on human's life, whether it's self-inflicted or is natural, as long the situation is having negative impact on you, is unfortunate. Nobody wish to put themselves harm's way. Even the worst criminal, when they are doing it, they try to play it safe in a way that they will not be caught and inflict harm on themselves. So somebody who is your countryman or brother, when they're in a situation, whether it's self-inflicted or natural, whatever it is, I believe is unfortunate. First, which you are not involved in the issue that will put you in problem. But once you're in a problem now, it's unfortunate. Now, when the situation happened, we had news on it. We gave information about it. We enlightened the public about it. And we presented a clear picture as to what actually is going on. Because there were a lot of misinformation about what's going on. But at the time, we didn't know that there was some internal conflict within the Spoon Network among themselves. Speaking of the panelists and the CEO himself. Now, when it happens, many people talk negatively about those gentlemen, those people on the Spoon Network, that they were not doing enough, that they were not talking about it, that they were not, that they did not criticize their bossmen or do what is right, like they would do with other people. They were criticized. But at the same time, the same people that were criticizing them, when they decided to do something or take action that resulted into their resignation, people started to take side, either with Spoon or with the panelists. Majority of us Liberians, we gravitate more towards negativity, negative news, negative information, negative thing about people. We found pleasure in that. Everybody start picking side. Everybody start choosing the side they want to support. Some of the very people who were insulting the gentleman that they were not doing enough start to take side. They started taking side, calling them traitors. And some of the very people that used to be against Spoon, calling Spoon the government network, when Spoon turned against the government, were the same people that turned to supporters of Spoon. You see how Liberian, you see how we're looking? We have no color. Majority of the people who are engaged in politics, they got no integrity. They cannot remember anything. Today they will see something, they say a white. Tomorrow they will look at it, they say that black. Because no integrity, no shame. They are no proud. There's no honesty. So now people started to take side, who they want to support, who they don't want to support, who is wrong, who is right. All of a sudden, I'm going to call people by the name, not individual, but I'm talking about like political parties. Some of the people from Liberty Party, Unity Party, they used to insult Spoon and say nonsense to Spoon. And so say all kind of things about Spoon, how bad they are. When they found out that Spoon was somehow linked with Joseph Juma Boakai, then automatically all the negativity they were saying about Spoon vanished. Now they are partners. Now those that were press singing for the Spoon talk, the sedition, they all became enemy of the Spoon talk because Spoon voice changed towards the government. So sometimes I ask myself, I don't really know who is confused, whether it's the Liberian people themselves or the politicians. Because their behavior sometimes confuse the politicians. They don't even know what to do to satisfy you. Because you have no moral. You have no integrity. You only go for what makes you happy by the day. Not based on facts. Not based on truthfulness, not based on honesty. It's very, very embarrassing. The same group of people that were insulting Spoon every day, automatically, simply because they saw him having some link or some connection with Joseph Nima Boakai, automatically they became a fan, a supporter of Spoon Talk. Same people that were insulting the likes of Chumalin George, Ben Sanvi, Dr. Peabody, even Kef Hassan. People that were insulting Kef Hassan. When Spoon and Kef Hassan and those guys had a problem, so the very people that I hate to see Kef Hassan started praising him. because the man is saying nasty thing, because the man is saying negative thing now about the Spoon talk. Fangon of all people, Eugene Fangon. Fangon who have insulted the entire Liberian community in the diaspora. Fangon who accused everybody and insult anybody for this government. Fangon who defended all the killings, all the negativity about, in this government, defended everything and trashed everything about the diaspora Liberians. You people are now clapping him behind Fangon. Then you think people should respect you? You want to go for what good for you for that day? You want to support what good for you for the day? You want to care about who is praise singing for your candidate? Every day. You confuse yourself. You confuse the people who are supposed to be leading you. At the end of the day, they themselves have no sense of direction because they don't even know what you want. One day you for Peter, the other day you for Paul, the next day you for John. You are confusing everybody. This is why people who are in leadership, they have no respect for many Liberians. They care less about what you say. Because they feel like they believe that if you stand for nothing, you stand for nothing. Absolutely nothing. That is the problem. Like those guys said, some of the same people that were saying that these guys have no moral, they have no integrity, they sat on the Spoon talk after the indictment, they say they're doing that. After they resign, the same people start to call them traitors. What are you? Start to call them names. Same people. So the situation about Spoon Network, if you look at it deeply, I'm going to say this. Some people may not like what I'm saying, but if you look at it deeply, and I believe this is the fact, it's all about politics. It's all about loyalty. It's all about who is supporting who. The Spoon Network, from the start, Nathaniel McGill, the former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, who was the driver for the Jawia-led government, was in bed with the Spoon talk. So everybody that was supporting the government, they felt like Spoon was for them. And you could see in the tone and the voices of the network that they were indeed promulgating the message of the government. But when McGill got into a problem, and whatever benefit they were getting from McGill, when that one got stopped, the battle for loyalty kicked in. Spoon and those that were with McGill switched their loyalty from the CDC government to McGill. And then automatically, Spoon started going against the government, against George Weah, believing that the likes of Samuel Toure, Eugene Nangbe, and other folks within the Weah inner circles are the one that kick McGill out. So for Kef Hassan, switch his loyalty from McGill to the president. That's how all these things started. It's all about loyalty. It's all about who's supporting who, and it's all about whose message should be preached on the network. Watch and see. The Spoon Network will soon be closed. It's just a fact. It's all about loyalty, who is supporting who. And many of you who are followers, many of you who just follow where the wind blows, you're just there. You're just there. Darlington, how you doing, my brother? Long time. Let me take a moment and say hi to some of you. Maybe I didn't call name earlier. Mayfi Deko, one of the key GNB supporter. How you doing, my brother? And Hashman Fambulan, how you doing? Kona Goto, how are you? And Dempster, how you doing? Sir Johnson, good afternoon to you. And Doric Poor, how are you doing? Shatta Townsend, and my brother Darlington, how you guys doing? You know, some of the things I'm saying right now, some people may not like it, but I just believe that we have to be honest with each other. If we want to build Liberia, let's build a country on trust, on truthfulness, on honesty, especially when it comes to telling each other the truth. What broke Spoon down is about loyalty. Hey, Victoria, how you doing? The aspirant for Minnesota County, how are you? So, when you see the people fighting among themselves, to tell you the truth, the message on the network have changed. Somebody say the Spoon Talk will not close. If you're not close, I'll be happy. Because I don't like to see any media being censored. I don't want to see any media somehow being controlled by the government. I love media freedom. I'm telling you, because of the way politics is played in Liberia, Spoon Network, they may not go ahead and close it directly, but Spoon Network is due for registration, annual registration. They might not allow them to register again. That is indirectly closing the people platform. And the reason is very simple. The fact that Stanton Witherspoon changed loyalty from the president to McGill, because it was McGill that was dealing with them directly, whereby Kef Hassan switched loyalty from McGill to the president. So what happened? Those who were benefiting directly from McGill joined forces together to have a united front where they can attack the government. Some of them, or majority of them for the most part, presented themselves as if to say they are supporting JNB just to get at the government, just to get at President Weah. At the same time, the ones that still have loyalty to this government decided to go on a different route. And I can tell you, sooner or later, you will see what I'm telling you now. Some of you, opposition, you don't know what you want. And at the end of the day, if you continue to play the way you are playing, you will give George Weah a second term in a silver platter easily. You will not even fight for it. All the time you spend in attacking each other, most of those guys you're saying, they're all players in the Liberian polity. They are in bed with the government, at the same time pretending to be with the opposition. Most of those people you see playing politics. They will take information from the opposition and to the government. They will say anything to divide the opposition, to make sure the opposition will not be united. But some of you think they are for you. So the spoon thing, what I'm driving at actually, when it comes to the Spoon Network, is that stop taking side with among the brothers. If they have misunderstanding, if you can't fix it, just be quiet. Just let them be. Stop the hypocrisy. One day this person is right, the next day the other person. One day you are against somebody, you're against me. The next day again you for me because you think I'm supporting your candidate. That means you have no moral, you have no integrity. All you care about looking for who is saying good thing about your candidate. Some of the unwarranted attack that we receive on a daily basis is not because we're saying something to anybody or doing something to anybody, but most of you feel because we are not saying favorable thing to your candidate, so it means that automatically we are supporting the other person. But I got good news for you. I'm not supporting anybody yet. And if I do, I'll make an announcement. I will make the announcement right here on SKTV. And the reason why I'm reserved when it comes to supporting anybody is that I'm just confused, as many of you, because you know what? Some of you don't know what you want. And some of the people that call themselves opposition, they cannot even distinguish their true friends and their foes. They cannot distinguish their true friends and their enemy. I don't want to call it enemy, but their opponent. They don't even know the difference. They are whining and dining with people that are on the money there on a daily basis. But they still think that they are for them. Okay. Up to this date, you don't know who's going to be the vice president for Pocket. You don't know who's going to be vice president for Cummings. You don't know, you have no idea. But everybody know that Joe Howard Taylor is going to be the vice president candidate for George Weah. You're not worried about that. You're just there dividing yourself. That is something that is very, very important on my mind. When it comes to Eugene Fagon, today, for me to see some Liberians, diaspora Liberians, supporting and defending Fagon after everything Fagon did, after everything Fagon says, simply because you think they may say negative thing today about the government, so now automatically Fagon is a good man now? No, he's not. Fagon is a tribalist. Fagon is a divisionist. Fagon is a trouble bigot. Fagon is a divisive element that will stop at anything. He will not stop at anything in dividing the Liberian people. Fagon's big weapon is division. Either Congo versus native, or tribe versus tribe. Or you are a Liberian or you are not a Liberian. Or you are you are this class or the other class. Fagon has a character that is known by every Liberian, that this guy is a divisive figure. But simply that's what can really that's one thing that can really get to me. To see Liberians, simply because you think that Fagon is saying negative things about the government now, about the president now, and then automatically Fagon is a good man now. No, he's not. And Fagon is not doing it because he likes you. He's not doing it because he wants change in Liberia. He's not doing it because he believes in good governance. No. He's doing it because he got fired. He tried to settle score with the government, with the president. He's trying to show to the people that because he's not with them, they will lose. He's not telling you that they will lose because they are doing the wrong thing to the Liberian people. He's not saying that they will lose because they are engaged in bad governance. No, Fagon is not telling you that. Fagon is telling you they will lose because he's not with them. And then you are there clapping for him, following him, believing in him, praise singing for Fagon. That's why people don't respect you guys. Because you don't know what you want. Oh no, Fagon got some information. Fagon got no information that you don't have. Everything that this government have done, everything that this government was involved with, things that they did, and things that they refused to do. We are no stranger to any of it. You know everything. Fagon is not going to give you no new information. The 4 auditors, what happened to them? It happened before our eyes. What happened to Matthew Innes? It happened before our eyes. Adolph Lawrence accident, it happened right before our eyes. The 3 missing children, it happened right before our eyes. Fagon need to lecture you on those things. You do not have mental capacity to remember some of those things that happened right before our eyes yesterday. Fagon has to be the one to lecture you on those things. So now Fagon is a good man. No, he's not. If you think George Weah is bad, if you think George Weah government is bad, everything Fagon is associated with is bad. Everything Fagon is associated with is bad. The man is telling the government right in front of you, they will lose because the man is saying the song over and over and over that he is the best midfielder. They need him. They need him. They need him. When they gave him deaf ear, when he realized that he's no longer needed by the CDC, he started going ballistic. And then he said they will lose. They are not losing because they are treating the Liberian people badly. They are not losing. He's not saying they will lose simply because they fail to deliver. He's not saying they will lose because there's no safe drinking water in the country. No. He's not saying they will lose because they never lived to the promises they made to the Liberian people when they got elected. He's not using those things as a yardstick to say they will lose. No. He's telling you they will lose because they don't have Fagon on their team. And then you there. Oh, yeah. Fagon saying the truth. You all follow Fagon. One thing I've noticed about us, Liberian people, many of you, because I'm not part of those people. Even a dog come and say nasty thing about George Weah. Some of you will follow that dog. I'm not saying Van Gogh is a dog. I'm not saying it. But I'm saying even if a dog that, you follow that dog. Because why? Majority of you have no sense of direction. You have no moral. All you want to find somebody who will insult, disrespect, or say negative thing. You don't worry about people who can come and draw contrast and discuss real issues with the government. But because you're so into negativity, because all of you gravitate towards negativity on a daily basis, even right now, when we start insulting certain people right now, this show will be so jam-packed. Because most Liberians, some of you see these politics, the way politics is played in Liberia. Some of you just amuse yourself with politics. Even when it comes to the death of human being, you think it's amusement. You think it's just there to make you happy. No, it's not about that. So the point here is that the Spoon Network, the problem they had, it was already there, existing. But the thing that intensified the problem is the indictment of Spoon. But you know very well, when McGill got fired, they say he resigned, but you got fired. Few people automatically turn against the government and unleash the assault on few people. Number one, Henry Costa was very unhappy about McGill being fired. He started attacking Eugene Nangbe, Samuel Tuer, and the president. They started to threaten those guys because McGill was the one that was giving them money. Fangon went ballistic. All the little things you should, because Fangon felt, even though he was released from his position, Fangon still felt that he could still come back when McGill is in the picture, because McGill was still sending him small money. McGill too was also in bed with Stanton Witherspoon. So when McGill was taken out of the picture, De Costa, Fangon, Witherspoon, they all turned their bazooka to Samuel Tuer and Eugene Nangbe, because they felt those are the people now that have the ears of the president. The president, those are the people that the president listened to. That's why they were assaulting them on a daily basis. Bringing Fangon on the Spoon Network, people who are government supporters, who are government mouthpiece, felt uncomfortable being with the Spoon Talk, because Fangon is louder than most of them. Fangon is louder than most of them. And Fangon is in the same boat with Stanton Witherspoon. And if Stanton don't like what you say, he can mute you. He will allow Fangon to go as long as he wants. So all these things are happening in the Spoon Network. It's all politics. It's all about who have loyalty with the president or who is now with the president. So the ones now that felt disenfranchised, somehow they know McGill is not an institution by himself. So now what they're doing now to try to use the Unity Party, trying to act like they are supporting or they are with JNB so that they can get to the government, so they can get to the government. They can get the government angry. They can get the government's attention. So, assuming you are an ANC supporter or you are CPP supporter, if the fight is between the Unity Party and the CDC, where do you fit before you picking and choosing who to support in their fight? Where do you fit? Are you with the guys that are promoting the president's agenda, or the one with the guys that are promoting the JNB or Unity Party agenda? Where do you fit? There are some certain things you don't talk about it. Sometimes some things you sit by and just watch and let it happen. Let it play by itself. Anything negative, any negative thing those guys are saying, they are not saying it because they love Liberia, especially Fangon. He's not saying it because he believes that those guys are not in the interest of Liberia. No. He's saying those things because he's no longer in the picture. Because he's been ignored by the president, by the government. He wanted to fill his absence. Somebody's asking, Sekou, how do you know all of that? Because I'm a Liberian. Because I follow things. I listen. I don't just go and follow people like the way most of you do. I listen, I follow, I rationalize. Things will happen. I do what is called critical thinking on issues. For example, I just told you about what Fangon said. Fangon is not telling you Fangon said they will lose. He said they will lose Lofa, they will lose Bonkante, they will lose Nimba, they will lose this place, they will lose that place. You know what they will say they will lose? He said they will lose because they don't have Fangon on their, on their team. He's not saying they will lose because they are not delivering to the Liberian people. That's how I know. Because I know how to think rationally. I'm not perfect. I don't know it all. But what is before my eyes, I can see. I can read. I can understand. Look, go and listen. All the people that are fighting right now, George Weah, from the start of the government, were the one that were insulting you and I for pointing to the government's flaws, for saying things, for criticizing the government. The same people that were in bed. That's why when somebody speak, don't just listen to what they're saying. Think of what they are not saying. Those who are angry because they didn't get what they wanted from George Weah. Those who are angry because George Weah didn't give them the attention they wanted, or didn't give them the position they wanted. Those who are angry because they're trying to get the president's attention, but they're not getting it, are different from real politicians. They are different from real opposition. Those people, they are just looking for opportunity. They are a bunch of opportunists. That are looking for the opportunity to prove themselves to the president, so the president can feel that he's missing something. Most of the supporters, most of the guys that are today promulgating negativity against George Weah, they were one buddies. They were most of them campaign. Oh, somebody just sent us, two people sent us money. Somebody sent us $30 to Zelle, and one person sent $5 to Cash App. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. So, most of the people that supported the government and said nasty things about other people, even about the same opposition that they are pretending today to support, they are not with the opposition. They are just trying to settle scores with the president. They're trying to make the government to feel like, okay, we are missing something important. Oh, we wish this guy were with us. That's all they want to do. That's what they're trying to do. But some of you are not smart enough to understand those things. Some of you think, oh, no, yeah, that account, we're using that, we need everybody. No, you don't need everybody. You need genuine people. People who are there with their heart, not people who are there with their mouth. People who are there with their mind and soul. That even when you're not looking at them, they are there with you. But people who are there, people that we call the alarmist, people who don't want to blow alarm, blow their own trumpet to tell the government, say, I'm here. Oh, you kick us, but we are here. Oh, you didn't do us nice, but we are here. In fact, if you don't come, if you don't call us back, we will go with people that you don't want. They are not with the opposition, but they are making the government to get jealous. They are making the president to feel like, you know what? If you let us go, here are some of the things that you're going to see. Whatever we did for you to make you president, that's what we're going to do for these guys. But they are not with you guys. Not at all. They are not with you today. They are not with you tomorrow. But their objective is to get the attention of the government, of the president. Any of them, let me tell you right now, whether it's Fangon, there are other guys, I don't want to call their name because they are not involved like that in a day-to-day active politics. But like the likes of Fangon and many people, when they get a phone call from the president today, let's have a talk, let's have a conversation. The whole dynamic will change. The whole dynamics will change. Because you know what? That's all they want. They're looking for the president's attention. I don't know whether you remember. Have you listened to somebody saying, let me just call name. You remember when Costa said, oh yeah, the president called me. The president said this, president said that. In another occasion, he said, yeah, me and the president can talk sometime. The president called me. The president said X, Y, and Z. They want the attention of the president. And McGill used to be the middleman between most of them and the president. Did you listen to the old man, Sam Jackson, the other day? Since I endorsed the president, I wouldn't meet with him one time. All of them that you see them talking, they are not talking for Liberia, all for Liberians. They are talking because they want the president's attention. When they don't get it, they go amok. They go crazy. They will launch attack. They will insult just to get the president's attention. Once they get that attention from the president and they get some promises, the whole dynamics change. So this whole spoon fight is nothing beyond politic, mere politic. And the politic is about the government. At the end of the day, it's going to be divided. Those guys that left, they might have their own network. And I believe they will have 100% support of the government to serve as competitor to that of the Spoon Network. And those guys will at some point openly promulgate the message of the government at some point. From the start, it will look like some independent group or independent network. By the end of the day, the motive will be to promote the agenda of the government. Spoon Network may not survive the fight. They may survive on the social media like all of us, but they may not survive in Liberia if the fight continues. But again, George Weah is very, very, very smart when it comes to playing politics in Liberia. If they submit to the dictates of the president, of the government of Liberia, change could change. And those of you who are dancing yoli yoli everywhere could be disappointed. The politics is driven by the Liberian government, who is allowed to say what in Liberia. So, in short, when you are part of the ANC or Liberty Party or CPP or other political parties, the fight within the Spoon Network, it's not your fight. You don't have to take side with anybody. You don't have to insult anybody or disrespect anybody among them. Allow the people to fight their own fight. At the end of the day, whatever happened, you just serve as a spectator. Go there and watch and listen. Do not take side with people in their fight. Trust me. And again, you remember, not too long ago, many of our friends from the Unity Party, some of them, I personally talked to them behind the scene. They were complaining that Spoon is nothing about a propaganda machine to destroy this JNB. They were angry. They were telling me that. Some of them even said they will never go to Spoon again. Some of them says Spoon Network is just there to destroy Joseph Numa Boakai. Likewise, ANC people, when Spoon started attacking the Lieutenant Commies, many of the people from the ANC got angry. They say all kind of negative things about Witherspoon. But again, when Spoon started to make their 360-degree U-turn and started assaulting the government of Liberia and the president, some of you started to clap for them. Nobody respects you with that kind of behavior. Me, if you treat me like I'm nobody, or if you disrespect me in a certain way, to a certain level, the only way we can reconcile until you show remorse openly. If you disrespect me publicly, you have to show that public remorse before I will let it go or have anything to do with you. Somebody will insult you today, will say all kind of nasty things about you today, about your person. But tomorrow, simply because that person is saying similar thing to other person that you don't like, then you start to clap for them. You think that person will have respect for you? No, they will not respect you. That's why they don't respect most of those guys. Because most of them, they will insult them, they will say anything to them. At the end of the day, they will act like it didn't happen. So in short, what's on my mind when it comes to Spoon talk is that it's all politics. Unfortunately, the indictment of Stedon, happened, but this was way beyond that. It started way before the indictment of Stedon. Secondly, the killing of, let's say, the attack on the former Chief Justice's home. First of all, I will condemn it. It's not good. Whether it's her or anybody, nobody should be attacked. If you have issue with somebody, go to the law. If you have issue with anybody, go sue them. Nobody should take laws into their own hands. So the unprovoked attack on the lady that led to the death of one of her daughter, that was wrong. That was bad. But people, as soon as it happens, instead of people worrying about the security of the nation, about the family that lost their person, people try to politicize the death of the young lady. As a matter of fact, people not only they politicize it, but they try to ignore the feelings of the family. Now, Many people from the opposition did that. Now, the government of Liberia they said the allegation made by Senator Jerome Verde was unfounded, was a lie, was a fabrication. Granted. But at the same time, the person name that he mentioned is now invited by the government, declaring the person as a person of interest. How comes a portion of Verde's allegation can be true and the other portion is not true? If it's unfounded, it's just a calculation or calculated attempt to damage the image of the government. If you believe in that, just ignore it. But some part of the information can be true and the other one is not true. The account given by Jerome Verde, Councillor Verde, if you listen to it, it seems as if he was even there. He's right here in America. He's right here in America. But the way he discussed the issue, as if he was there, or he was in direct contact with people that were involved in the art that gave him the whole information. But you said the main information is not correct. It's unfounded, it's lie. But yet, at the same time, you are calling on the person that he accused as a person of interest. So what I'm trying to say here is that among the opposition themselves, somebody called me, say, "Oh, have you seen what's going on Facebook?" I said, "No." I said, "What's happening?" The person said, "Oh, some Liberty Party people then accusing Musa Ability of being behind the killing of Gloria Musu Scott's daughter." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Oh, there was an armed robbery in Liberia, and somebody was on spoon talk." The person told me Fangon. He said Fangon called Musa Ability's name, and then the person said, "Oh, in fact, DeLong also accused Musa Ability." Based on what? Unfortunately, when I got the information, I called Musa Ability directly. I wanted to know exactly what's going on, whether he knows anything about anything. Musa Ability didn't pick up. I texted him to call me right away. He did not. Up to date, Musa Ability never called me back. So I cannot say anything when it comes to him. But what I can say is that when something happens, we should not run to politicize it. Whether you are opposition or government, no amount of politics or hate among opposition okay, assuming that the person that did this killing was sent to destroy evidence. What is the evidence that they were looking for? Okay, the counselor sees the lawyer. I thought this case is already over with. How many times are we going to see judgment on the same case? I thought that case already done, as far as we know. But if the case is still ongoing, how many verdicts have we received, have we seen in this particular case? A whole lot. It has been the same result. So why would somebody, okay, let's say this for Musa Belete. Let's take Musa Belete, for example. If Musa Belete won a case 2-3 times already in court, why would he want to go attack the lawyer from the other side? For what? If you can defeat the people in court, why go behind the scene to go and fight and do something else? So it was only the allegation from Jerome Verdier that came and killed that other noise, that other story. But for me, I don't think politics should go that way. That's not how you should play. You should play politics. Regardless of your political differences, you should value the life of other people. If somebody can be killed just because of political differences, and not only political differences, but you people are not even running for anything. Your party is not running for president. You have no presidential candidate. You have no presidential ambition, at least this time around. Why would you want to kill your people among yourself? I think the government of Liberia is not helping in the situation. If Jerome Verdier says he got the proof, he has all the evidences and proof that this act was committed by Valley Tele and sent by Jefferson Koji. If that's the truth, the government knows what to do. They know exactly what to do and how to do it. So those were the two things I wanted to talk about today. There are a lot of other things. However, I'm going to be opening the line. Let me see first. Somebody sent $10 again. Another, yeah, 2%, $10, $10 and $10. Yeah, 2 people sent $10, and the guy Walker who sent $5 earlier to Cash App. I want to say thank you to you for your contribution to SKTV. So I'm going to open the line.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought if you know something, I figured it out.
1 second. So I'm going to open the line so you can tell me what's on your mind. But in the meantime, I have this other line here. This line here, let me see here. Okay, yeah, so I just opened the Cash App. It's $10, $10 times 3, and then $5, $35 for Cash App. And then on Zelle, let me open that one. That's $30, one person. So yes, I want to say thank you to you for, making that contribution. But what I want to do right now, the other number is being routed to Steve's phone. So let me change that. Solomon, when I say you're angry with me, I don't know why you're angry with me, but I'll open the line. You can call me and tell me why you're angry with me. I apologize in advance. I don't know what I did, but I always People always get angry with me anyway, so I don't know why, but I'm sorry. So yes, indeed, the number that you know, you can call the number. Let me see here. Yes, I think this number being forwarded to Steve. Let me remove that and put my number there. Yeah, so call end of the number. Let me pin the number again. 480. Uh-oh. 480. Oh, the number I don't want to write something. 480 862 862 0783 0783, and then the other number is 480 401 2081. You can call any of the number and contribute. I've already this person said since we met him in Brussels, I never cared about him no more. I apologize. Man, that Brussels thing happened a long time ago. I think that was in 2005. I apologize, Mr. Fofana. Solomon Fofana, call me after the show so we can resolve that issue right away. That's no big deal. So yes, call the number. I just pinned the number. Anybody want to say something? Call and let us know what you want to say. Let me see here. So I just pinned the number. As you can see. So it's 480-862-0783 or 480. The second one, I think I made a mistake on that one. I gotta redo the number. I'm sorry. The second number need to be edited. I made a mistake in the second one. I don't even know how that happened. I'm sorry. Yeah. I apologize. This is true. Yeah, Suleiman, who say we met in Brussels, Senator, I never cared about you. I'm sorry, but trust me, call me on any of these numbers, you will get me. Any of those numbers can get to me, whether after the show or during the show, you will get me. Okay, so I apologize. I've rectified the number. Call any of the number, and then your call will come through. So again, don't forget to send your contribution if you wish to contribute to SKTV. Few people get $10, 3 people get $10, and then $5, and then $30. So altogether, that's about $65. I want to say thank you to those of you who made our contribution. So while we await calls to come from you guys, I know somebody already started calling. Yeah, so call in, and I will put you through. Call and contribute and make your contribution. Tell us what's on your mind. So if you're in Liberia, the first number there that ends with 0783 is also a WhatsApp number. When you call on that number, you will get it. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Contribute from England. Want to contribute financially from England, you can call us and let us know. If you don't have Zelle or Cash App in England, you call us, and then we will tell you how we can receive your contribution. We appreciate the intent alone to say you want to contribute to SKTV. So yes, indeed, I'm going to go back to what I was saying while we await your calls. Okay. Yeah, so you can call, let's say, okay, let me say this. If those of you who want to contribute outside of the United States, if you wish to send us MoneyGram or Western Union, you can put it in my name, Sekou Kene or Steve Bully. Any of us can get it. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? I think this is a call from England.
Hello, Sekou. My name is Albert.
Albert Taylor.
Correct.
Yeah. How you doing, my brother? Welcome. I thought you were the one calling from England to contribute to SKTV.
Yeah, I'm calling to contribute to the show.
Go ahead. What's on your mind?
He was talking about the sad death of the little child, which involved in the allegation of the allegation against Coach was made by Jerome. Let me say this: it is very simple. Jerome has made an allegation. In the National Police Force, we have the Crime Detection Squad. They are responsible for fingerprinting, for forensic. Even though the country is not up to date to now, they are able to go to the crime scene, take fingerprint or fingerprint of the body of the little child. And they have someone who was accused right there. Just match that man's fingerprint to whatever fingerprint from the crime scene. Investigation is completed. That gentleman, if his fingerprint is not anywhere around, he's not guilty. But why would you call Coach and the gentleman to the police force just for flow show?
Yeah.
It's a serious matter in our country. Someone's life is involved.
Yeah.
Someone's family is grieving. You have the accuser in your person. He didn't even have the thought to use the crime detection squad or the crime detection department to take fingerprint of that gentleman and compare the fingerprint from the crime scene. I don't know what's wrong with our people these days. This is very simple. This case would have been ended the day they came to the police station, because I would assume the police would have covered the crime scene on the very day the incident occurred. You know, it's just frustrating the people who have children in that country, the people who seek the welfare of the country. You understand? But then on the other hand, you have a bunch of gangsteristic people running the affairs of our country and doing nothing to abide by the rule of law in the country. I'm just frustrated.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, so yes, while the brother was speaking, another person just contributed $50. The name is, he didn't say don't call my name, so I will call your name. The name is Eric Julius. Thank you very much for your contribution, Eric. We really appreciate it. Yeah. So if anybody wish to contribute, the numbers that are over there is the 480-862-0783 is Cash App, also Zelle, if you wish to contribute to SKTV. We really appreciate your contribution. So why Mr. Taylor was saying right now, that's what I was talking about. If the Lebanon government is really serious, okay, I think we have a call here. This looks like Mr. Deshil from Belgium.
That's what I was talking about.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, can you listen to your phone and turn down the monitor?
Yeah.
How you doing?
All right. I'm calling from the Users Party capital of Europe, Belgium.
Belgium. Welcome, Mr. Deshil. How you doing?
All right.
So yeah, just a second, Mr. Somebody just contributed to us. The person, I just called your name, Eric Julius Peabody. Eric, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. SKTV appreciate your contribution. We appreciate everybody's contribution every day. Those that do it every show, $5, $10, we appreciate it. Those that do it once in a while, we appreciate it. Anything you give it to all, we appreciate it. That drip can follow bucket. That's what we say in Liberia. We appreciate everybody. Trust me. We've been doing this on our own since 2018 up to now, but now people have started to help us. We will not say no to it. We really, really appreciate it. Trust me. Yeah. So, Mr. Dishio, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I will also say thanks to all the contributors for the show, and at least I think that they want the show to go forward.
They do.
Well, yeah, what's on my mind, I noticed that you have not, you left out one or two important things. You know, Liberia has become a drama country.
Okay.
You know, everything is dramatized in the sense that nobody will get the true understanding of what is really happening.
Okay.
On the Gloria Scott, Gloria Musu Scott a drama, I would call it drama.
Okay.
I feel and I see a lot of things taking place at this moment. Yesterday, we all noticed and watched Councillor Johnson representing Koji and Mr. Taylor Ali. What we noticed in the ending part in the interview when the journalist asked Councillor about whether they could sue Councillor Verda or seek legal thing about what he said about Koji, said that he left with Koji. And when the camera shows Koji's face, you could see the demeanor in him, that he was not expecting the counselor to have said that. He was expecting the counselor to have said something more progressive on his side in terms of seeing how they were going to sue Councillor Vernon for acquisition of spoiling his name, as he said. But in the ending part, Jefferson Koji could not express himself well. But what drama that I noticed again was today. Councillor Johnson called a press conference. In his press conference, he changed from what I noticed yesterday. Today, he is backing Koji, and he's asking the government, he's challenging rather, the police force to do their diligence. That means to say, the people who involved into this should be questioned. And those are the ones who were in the house at that particular time. What he's trying to spot out to the public is that he said that Gloria Scott refused to let any of the people that was present at that at the incident be questioned by the police. And what he's saying is that he challenging the police and knowing very well that Gloria Scott is a seasoned lawyer. She should know better. Now, this thing has come into a conflicting part that I see another style of the politics being run into this death thing. And I don't think that it should be part of it. This thing should be an open book for all of us to learn the true facts of what actually happened. You notice that in the arms thing that came into Liberia, we have never gotten any result.
No, not yet.
We have not gotten any result, not yet. The cocaine that went to the country, we have not gotten any results. These are the things that we on the outside, when we think about what is actually happening in Liberia, whenever there is a problem, whenever there is something that is going on, we have no remedy. Police can give us nothing for us to think about. And I want you to follow Councillor Johnson's press statement, because for a lot that was said.
The one yesterday?
The one today.
Okay, I will listen to it. Did you send it to me?
Yeah, Yeah, I sent it to you. So if you look on your messenger, you'll see it.
Okay. Maybe
Okay,
maybe
so
if it,
thank you
maybe
for your time.
if it's not too long, I can play it.
It's very interesting, because he's trying to accuse Verda, and in the ending part, he's trying to say that probably he received some of his funds to persuade the kids for Jefferson Koji. He said now they're going to do a corresponding letter or something like that to the lawyers in America to have Verda, seek some kind of legal attention or something like that. I didn't get
I don't think the serious. If the serious will know.
No, that is why I want you to listen to the tape, because this is what happened, and that's why I say the whole thing is a drama.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Sure. So let me see here. Yeah, so you can. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I just got information from the station. We're having some issue there, so they will not be able to carry the show live today. So we are having some issue there. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Japa, and I'm calling from Georgia.
Yes, caller, what is your name?
Japa, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, thank you for the show today, and like always, okay?
Okay.
You and Steve and everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you.
But it's a very good topic. What on your mind?
Yes, sir.
What was on my mind today was Mr. Conley went to Nimakani, and I don't think the welcome was so nice. But anyway, they would have to do the camera trick. But
what happened there?
I don't think the reception was too nice in my mind.
What do you mean? What do you mean by nice? They attack him?
My man, you said what on your mind? We're not an interview.
No, I'm just asking. Oh yeah, but when you say something on your mind, then nobody should ask you. You say you don't think the interview was nice. So what do you mean by nice? Like in what sense?
I heard that steward of his appointees or whatever his party officials was this in the resignation today, or is alleged,
Where in Nima?
In Nima, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So anyway, but we all may have the same for Senator Johnson, but he's one of the factual men in our country. I see Mr. Zobia jumping around and he doing all of that. He's not even chilling with Joey. He's chilling with Joey Peking. Joey Peking, Jefferson Kochi. In my mind, I think you should sit down. So before Joey can even be who he is, he was with Senator Johnson. And then when he got in office, Senator Johnson gave him most of his time. And I remember one of the county tour in the Nima County. Senator Johnson was sitting down with him right there. And on at the end of that same county tour, I think the second one, in his action today, he claimed that the EPS officer that got shot, the investigation was poor because it's impossible for him to be shot 3 times. So those are major allegations that for me, I think it's very factual if somebody want to be honest, So in my mind, whatever you do in Nima County, if you not really, try to find your way with Senator Johnson, you cannot get the heart and soul of the people because, for me, I think he's very smart, and he's on that man. The truth is just the truth, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. It can be coming from the devil, the man, but the man saying the truth, So I think we should come together, in my mind, I think we should come together. We all that have the influence, especially Mr. Cummins, and everybody else, because for the fact that we want to have the hope and the aspiration of Liberian people at the honest ground, we can come together and we can document that. But thank you, my man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your contribution. Anytime.
Yes, sir.
All right. So yeah, you can call in and tell us what's on your mind. Don't be scared. We'll ask you if we don't understand what's on your mind. It doesn't mean that you have to change it, but just to, yeah. So again, the topic today is not unique to what I was talking about. You can say anything you want to say. Hey, George P., how are you? We miss you. We miss you on the show. And then good thing you show face and then you call my attention. Other than that, your code ray was coming for you. You George, but you're going to be somewhere to the code of SKTV. Yes, indeed. I want to say thank you to all of you for following us. I want to say thank you so much for sharing the show, and thank you very, very much for those of you who have contributed. Let's take this call right here. I think this is Yacindy Matikwe. How are you?
That's me.
No. I forgot to say Yacindy Mati Kenneth. Because you got to add a Kenneth there too. Because when woman got two husbands, you got to add both husbands need name there. How are you?
I'm good. Maybe
welcome.
Like people go talk, yeah.
welcome. But all husband know about me. Say I'm the second husband. And
Exactly.
I want to agree. So there's no big deal.
That's true. That is so true. I wanted to add my voice. I want to say thank you for the show, saying we're talking about. Let me first agree with the last quarter that caller that we do need to come together, okay, in honesty and with dignity, and truth coming, and truth telling, and forthcoming. We need to come together. I think Pabuaka need to do what Joe Biden did for Obama in this country when our country stood at a imbalance, at a junction where we were going to 11-12% unemployment. The company was shutting down. GMC, all of those big multi-billion-dollar company was shutting down. Joe Biden agreed to be second to a young community organizer as in President Obama. And he was experienced. He had records. He had record of building things, passing laws, going across partisan laws and all of that. He became the voice. Even when Putin would not deal with Obama because he thought Obama was black, so he would be decent. When Obama went to the Congress and nobody wanted to talk to him, so Joe Biden elevated that conversation and made it his duty to make sure that Obama succeeded. So yes, we can come, but Liberian people must understand, because when they come and say let's come together.
So in a nutshell, what are you saying? You want Joseph Boakai to go second to Kumis?
Exactly. If you really love Liberia, because he did that for 40 years, then most of his supporters say, oh, but the papier will not be doing the heavy lifting. The papier will not be doing the Mr. Cummings will do it. That also says that the people trust Mr. Cummings to do the job. Say he will do the job. The papier can be there as an advisor, as a confidant, and that's where the vice president is, except for being president of the Senate and having the group assembly selling and having other things. So we can choose that together. I agree. Then let me go back to, because every time they come up with that story, that's what they're saying. Now, let me say this: campaign have not started. Yes, Mr. Cummings is visiting Liberia, in Nima County. You're from Nima, I'm from Nima. We are not ready yet. Although is breaking the law and continue to break the law, it's not number one. We got ready to go to Liberia for December. Some of us paid $2,000 and $3,000, $2,500, $2,900 to go to Liberia to register. They cancel a voter suppression, okay? But we still don't mind. We will be there. You will be there. The children of Nimata will all be there. So let them watch out. But I wanted to speak right now on Musu Scott's daughter, okay? In the real world, where law and order, where people follow the rules, where people are patriotic, where people uphold democracy, right?
Mhm.
Somebody that Jefferson Koji name has come up in so many things, all right? At this point, Jefferson Koji is not a police investigator. He has no investigative report idea. He has no background in CIS, okay, crime scene investigation. He has no policing experience. How is it him taking a guy who Jeroen is talking, let me say that I am a co-chair of the IJG, which Jeroen is the executive director of. He's not just talking off his head, okay? Now, even with the people, the auditor that they killed, the information will come up. But at this point, Jefferson Koji, Liberian police was serious for business, the judge were serious for business. Jefferson Koji would have been put on administrative leave until this investigation, or that he needs to be interviewed and investigated. But let me say this to you. Arthur Johnson is a talking head. No American lawyer or American government needs to listen to, will listen to him. I'm just being, and the last time Jefferson Koji was suing Jeroen Verdier, and he was, how far did that case go? It's not going anywhere. You know, this is a scare tactic, but I will say this to the Liberian people.
Yeah, but before you conclude though. So my question to you is that how can they say a portion of Verdier's account is not true, but then they then a portion of it, you know, they are looking at that as something, you know, credible, that could be considered credible.
Because you see, because they are liars. Because majority of these people are not honest with Liberian people. Like the nonsense they came out and say about Musa. Musa has been in Nimba. Sometimes his reception is poor. All right? Musa has been in Nimba all this while. In fact, the night they're talking about Musa was in Nimba. This guy is not in Musa's company. Okay? This guy is all over Jefferson Koji. Jefferson Koji is so comfortable with killers, okay, and rapists. How can a young man that you say is incapable of doing something is comfortable with killers? All right? And the last interview that Jefferson Koji, what did he say? They suffer for this. And they will meet people in flesh and blood. He said that out of his own word. He can't be innocent. He can't be innocent. So what needs to happen? I hear the Liberian people saying, well, the international community, let me say this to you. International community, when you call during the war, they keep. When Taylor gave your heart after you say you came and buy, came and man, they came. When they told you in 2017, they were not happy with the choice. Taylor's wife and a footballer who had no accomplishment of his background except for being celebrated. In 2017, it's there. Go to the foreign affairs. The videos are there. It will not die. You're saying you know, but you don't know, but I will vote for you. This particular uprising, that's for you to save yourself. The American people have said it in every way to you. If you stand up, nobody will touch you. Let me say this to you. During the last retire suffering protest, Mr. Cummings is a front runner in the political party in this dispensation. He has a security who is a former U.S. Special Marine. They went to that meeting, they took his gun for him. Now when they take it, they put him in jail. But you got Tiana running around with guns when the law says he should not. Jefferson Koji has guns. Based on what? All right? They should not have guns. The law cannot be for certain people, but I will say this though to Liberian people. That's why I always say, when the three boys were missing, I say Liberian people, you don't stand, it will come to your door. When Odia Sherman was killed, the women were quiet. Cynthia Sherman was in the street, laying on the water, crying to the Liberian people. The women never, it was Rosa Parks, it was that little girl, what was and a little boy, Titus Pucker, 5 or 8 young Liberians who stood with that woman. When Princess Cooper was killed, Odia Sherman was the only woman who stood with that woman. Okay? So then we got Musiska's daughter killed. And everybody in the corner. When does it become a calling, not a payback, not a waiting for my time for Liberian people to stand up? The ambassador has said it. The deputy for the MSA for mission has said it to them. The U.S.
Congress, Medinsky team, the head of that, Congressman Smith has said it. Your stand up that you're right.
Thank you.
You're really see hate, but they're waiting for political party leader to come and save them. It's not happening. International community not coming until you stand up. So thank you, and Sekou.
Thank you so much.
You LP people to start lying because the politicians they lie on Musa. They lie, and I will talk about it tonight. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Wow. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? The last 4 digits is 8164.
Yeah, good. No, Prosecco, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. What is your name?
Yeah, my name is Lucine calling from Philadelphia.
Your name is?
My name is Lucine.
Lucini what?
Lucine Vani.
Lucini Vani. Okay, Lucini Vani, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
Thank you for the discussion, Prosecco.
yeah, go ahead. What's on your mind?
What on my mind has to do with the situation happening in Liberia. You know, most of the time, Prosecco, when things happen in Liberia, everybody, especially we that's in America, most of the time we just run around with speculation. We're in one of the sophisticated countries. When incident happened, what are that crime? What are that murder? People gave investigators the opportunity to carry on their work. In America, we see so many killings happening. We don't just accuse president. We don't just accuse people because we think maybe we don't like them. We give people the chance for them to do their job because we got people that specialize in this area, in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
In Liberia, most of the time, because I don't like Prosecco, if situation happen that happening around Prosecco, I just have a conclusion. I said that Prosecco because I don't like Sekou. Or something happened to Lucine, Prosecco don't like Lucine. Prosecco just come with conclusion. Oh, that's Lucine. Maybe it's not me, but because you don't like me, or maybe whatever, maybe something happened between you and myself, maybe before you wouldn't against me. People go and do that, and these are some of the things that happen in our country. And all of these things, it ends up sometime with destruction. That the war that fought Prosecco, some people were killed during the war because of personal hate, because of personal problem, Prosecco. And that is the same thing that we're seeing today, even in America that we live. Look at us here in America, Prosecco. We Liberians. Look at among us here. We hate each other. When something happens, instead of us coming together to see what we can do to make it better, we all going separately. Because I don't like George Weah. So when something happens in Liberia, somebody say, oh, look, at George Weah. But where in the world somebody will just wake up and say, oh, the 3 boys, President Weah carried 3 boys to his house and sodomize them. And after you finish sodomizing them, he get instruction for somebody to go DB-die them. But I was little during the time of the war in Liberia. I hear that word DB-die when one old man was that big. Even my father's village, that big, that old man. And when the robber men said DB-die, they killed the old man right behind my papa's house in the village, and they killed that man. Once you hear that word DB-die, when the rebel say that one, means that they come and kill you. So when I hear that word from Jerry Verdier, and because he was on the board of the TRC, they enter out a lot of young people that fight the war. A lot of people that experience the people killing each other because of one power. They will take one the next person. So at the end of the day, even when it comes to the own children, people do a lot of things. That's what happened to the former Justice House of Hospital. For God in heaven, you and myself saying like here, we may not know who they call in heaven, no, and people that around them, people that know them. But why in the world, I'm living in some kind of small house that my mom living in Broadville. She's living in one of the sophisticated houses built with huge fence. But I don't care how smart you are or how better you are as a criminal, it's not easy to build our house.
Thank you.
But today, the thing happening, we just conclude.
I don't know,
And it's not fine. Even when I gave the security the chance to be able to carry on the investigation. In America, when crime happens, we sit down, we wait. Even when police kill black people in America, we sit down, we listen to the case until they can come with conclusion. But today in Liberia, we just bring our own conclusion. And I think it's not healthy for our country, it's not healthy for us as people. I just want to say thank you for a second.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. So, folks, keep your calls coming in. We still have somebody. I think Prince was calling when this guy was. I have 2 numbers, right? and both numbers are up there. So instead of you calling the same number that the person is talking on over and over and over, you should have called the other number. Hello, Prince. How you doing?
Yes, Sekou, how you doing? Good evening, good afternoon.
Good evening.
How
are
you doing, brother?
I'm doing wonderful. What's on your mind?
Yes, Sekou, this is what's on my mind. You already gave an expose about it earlier from the beginning of the show. So, but I just like to add 1 ounce on the pound of truth that you already put forth, and it centered around the hypocrisy that that I think we all Liberians have and that can identify us and we have in common. You spoke about the partisan, how they react, how their behaviors are, and how they are only sentimental when it comes to things that are in their favor, but emotional when it comes to things that is not in their favor. And that's why you see today we seeing what happening with Spoon and so forth, and everything you laid out. And just to give also a retrospect on the last time, you notice that when I called the last time on the show that the ANC political leader Edison Cummings was on the show here, and I called and I deliberately asking a tough question, and you notice the response from the ANC supporter, or a lady called Louise Frey. She went about even making all sort of statements, and even categorized me as a political prostitute. I always on different shows, and I was like, it was comical to me because there's a lady that referred to me as a political prostitute, but she doesn't know that I'm on the social media often propagating the very Arizona Cummings, man, that because I asked her a question that was distasteful to them, or as a thing, or as a categorize it, she was the one who was calling me a political prostitute because of, Facebook prostitute, if I may be exact. And even went to the extent of even trying to defame me and lie on me when I challenged a lady, Charlotte Robert, who often insult Arizona Cummings for challenging somebody's integrity. And I challenged Charlotte Robert that day on Monique Kishen's show. And Charlotte Robert started to insult me. And she even said that I was being rude to Charlotte Robert because I even asked her a question about it to substantiate her integrity. But my point I'm trying to make to you here, this is the kind of hypocrisy that is prevalent among us. When I called Joseph Boakai a coward, all the ANC people were cheering me up. They were clapping for me. Oh yeah, you really give it to them. When I called Young People a coward, everybody was cheering. When I posed the question that comes down, everybody today are being vilified, but all the ANC people, how I was condescending and rude to the political leader. Listen, let me honestly tell you people, until we able to stand and tell our leaders the truth in their faces and hold them accountable and a certain degree of accountability, we are not ready yet to change that country. So today, what you see in the country today, Dylan will go around, take and politicize the death of this woman's daughter. Yeah, somebody wrote and say,
what did he say? Because I haven't seen what Dylan say. People are accusing Dylan.
They're insinuating, in the chat room, even on the class reloaded, they are insinuating that and propagating. In fact, to the extent they even financed the notion that to Prophet Key, that Prophet Key will come with the notion that Musa ability somehow is culpable, and that the reason they had to carry out because Musa ability was trying to get rid of the woman because the woman has some information that will help to take the case that had already been adjudicated in court and already been decided by the law at the highest level of Supreme Court. And to the extent that citing that her life is at risk because of that correlation. I mean, and that's
but everybody's saying abroad not safe. What does that got? What that got to do with Musa?
No, it's just the hypocrisy in the politics. What we investment of the own spirit and political experience, because the fact of the matter is that this case, the evidence are there. The person who is the suspect is there. Most of it had nothing to do with that. But that's how the people play the politics, to confuse our people. And that's why you see today, Gloria Mususka's daughter today, I mean, you see the women turn out there massively, I mean, to a certain extent, and like the president, Manabe said, and at certain occasion, at certain time, other people who have been victimized by the same government, and nobody seems to care about it, because we pick and we choose. When it's in our favor, then we are celebrating. When it's not in our favor, then we are castigating. That's the kind of society we find ourselves in. We don't like to be able to confront the truth and the hard truth. Right now, as it stands right now, even in the case of Waterspoon, today, yeah, you are right. Eugene Fangon is the very Eugene Fangon man that today called us here cartoon pusher, that told us to when we were questioning about Martin in his mysterious death, he was on Facebook putting a finger to a mouth telling us to shut up, hush. But he is now today the one who is championing the cause, and you are glad you point something out very, very important. And how you know that even, I don't know if you're referencing the Quran, even the Bible says it. It says not somebody who says law, you know them by the fruit. The man is going around propagating and saying that the only reason why we are is failing politically, because he's not on the team.
Yeah.
So definitely it means that he doesn't care about the situation of Liberian people, but he only care about being there to twist the truth and be able to distort the information and give disinformation, and that's the thing he's good at. Today we're celebrating him, and we know. So I just want to say to you, Lakini, you and Moses and other people, we just have to continue to say it as it is. Cut it to the cheese. I would say as it is. I got a serious question for Ezelan Cummings again. I know that the ANC people ostracize me or excommunicate me or perhaps assassinate me or whatever they do politically or social media or whatever they do. Because I got a serious question for him. He said he's coming by in March. I got a serious question for him. And all my questions I pose to Ezelan Cummings, ask Ezelan Cummings when he come here. I sent a private communication to him. The same question I will ask Ezelan Cummings in public, I ask him in private. If he responds to me in private, I will not ask him in public. If you don't respond to me in private, I will ask him the same question in public. So thank you very much for your time, and keep up the good work. We stand by you. We stand by SKTV. We'll continue to do this thing together as we started together. We'll support you in any way we can. Thanks for all the sacrifices you made that got us here thus far. God bless you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Steve Boley, how you doing, sir? I have somebody on the line here, but I have to your way the line first. When the host shows up, we got to give that one. We got to give you the credit. Say first, Steve, what's up? What's going on? So people that are calling, just hold the line. When I answer your call, it means just stay on the line. Stay on the line and listen. I will call your number, then you will talk. Stay on the line, host. Yeah, Steve, what's up? Welcome. What's on your mind, Chief?
Thank you, Mr. Kenneth. First of all, I want to greet our people. As always, they're the most important people on earth. But most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. There's a lot going on in the country, and a lot more will go on before the election, as we have said before. I'm told that Gloria Mususka and the entire people in the house have been invited to the police station, and if she refuses, they will go through the legal means to get her to come. I'm also reliably informed that the police and the government have a plan. This is interesting. This will get interesting. And let me maybe give you a hint on the plan, even though we are on a sabbatical, but we're still getting info from in the back. They want to accuse her of abusing the deceased. They want to bring her back in. Again, this is going to get messy and messier, but that's part of how this government works. It's going to get very chaotic. It's going to get noisy. My only concern is those in the opposition don't make this political. They should make it about humanity as opposed to making it political. Some people are trying to use the situation to score political points. If they do that, they would be playing in the hands of the CDC, which will eventually make the case or the situation political when it should be about humanity. That's my only caution for them. Um, the government is reckless, irresponsible, unprofessional on the way they handle this entire allegation from the accusation of Jerome Verdier to the Valley Telly to the police spokesman to the police director to the Jefferson Koji man. They just incriminated themselves. They made a huge mess out of this. They've raised more suspicions and concerns as a question. Mr. Cannon, we are in a long, long, long ride. We are off a long ride. It's going to be rocky, messy. It just started. It just started. So we get really, really messy. I'm even told Moluba Molu made some irresponsible comments, such as they're going to look for the girl biological mom, sympathize with her. These people have no sense. They don't have no sense, no common sense. They're not responsible.
Did he really say that?
Yes, yes.
You listen to it?
I'm told by two reliable sources. I even have the transcript of his nonsense talk that he said. It's disgraceful, Mr. Khan. It's very concerning.
Was he drunk again or what?
They're
Because
not,
the
they're
first
not
time you talked,
responsible.
that was the liquor talk. So this one was the liquor talk, or it was
No,
just
it was
wasn't
him
drunk?
being it was he being Moluba Molu and injecting himself into investigation. Not the first time injecting himself into it. When the 16 billion got missing, he made reckless comment. He was never called in by the police to ask why he's making those comments. This is the executive branch of government. This is not the party. I understand Jefferson Koji is the party secretary, but this has to be handled by the executive. He keeps infusing himself into investigations and talking foolishness and just going around in circles. But I don't blame them. I really don't. I really, really don't. I blame the opposition who's sitting and making this thing low level. Also, they gotta be so diplomatic when you guys don't understand that language. By now, the opposition should be rising up in one voice, in one accord, to hold this government accountable. These guys are ruthless. They are reckless. They're irresponsible. They're irresponsible. They're not professional. So that's what we get. On the other hand, they've already resolved to close down Spoon Talk. Spoon Talk will not be operating in Liberia. They will close it down.
Somebody argue with me that it's not going to be closed. So
okay.
How sure are you that it's going to be closed?
It's going to be closed. 100%.
Because I say I believe it will be, but I'm not saying it for sure because I have no facts.
I have intelligence on that. They've resolved to close it in Liberia. And then the backup plan is Spoon Talk will be operating on social media. That's fine. That's an option for them.
On TuneMe, on TuneIn, and YouTube, and
exactly.
how you call the other one there?
And Mato and thousands and thousands. And thousands and thousands of followers will be following them.
And thousands of followers will be following.
But Mr. The fact that they've made this, the fact that they've got Eugene Fagon, it tells you that we're in a bigger problem. We're in a bigger problem. Soon somebody get a problem with the government. Because all of them were kidnapping people. Soon they get a problem with the government. All of the advocates now, opposition gravitate towards them automatically. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand. Where are we going?
For people like Fagon should be rejected. Should be rejected by every well-meaning Liberians for being part of the problem. Not because you got fired now and then, now you all of a sudden now you the savior.
Yeah, but I have a meeting to run to. Okay. I will call in a little bit. Let me finish what I'm meeting. I got to meet with someone real quick.
No problem. Go ahead quickly. So, I don't know, man. We already, oh, damn it. Thank you. Really flower. We already hit the 2-hour mark. Let me take this call here. I think the person been on hold for a while. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 484. 484 number. Last four digit is 377 is 377. So somebody is calling. That person is now online. Let me click on this person. 215 number. Last four digit is 1191. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Abdullah. How are you?
Abdullah, what's your last name, please, if you don't mind? If you don't,
My name is Abdullah Sharif.
okay, Abdullah Sharif, go ahead, my brother. What's on your mind today?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity
For sure.
to say what is on my mind concerning about Liberia. So what am I going to say? Technically, the situation in Liberia right now is now, the country is now moving in the right direction. For the fact that if you can listen to the report of the incident that happened to one of the senior citizens of Durham, Scott, the state police have made it clear to the public that they are incapable of securing the Liberian people. So, if the state police can tell you that, because the guy he made that comment when he talked about the census, but they didn't get a chance to really talk about it. They didn't get a chance, but the man said that the recent census that happened, we have the 5.2 million. And if you look at the police force, they don't have the manpower to provide security for everybody. So that tell you that those that are living in Liberia, you have to be your own security. All right. So you have to be your own security. That's a clear indication. You have to be your own security. You can't 100% depend on them. I have a recording, but I don't think that many people have even looked at that. So
which recording?
The recent the plenary report.
On what?
The plenary report. The guy was talking about it. The man made mention, but they didn't get a chance to actually articulate on that issue. On the census, so that tell you that they don't have the power to provide security for people. So that's one. We know that for a fact that I don't even think that most of the people in Liberia know that they are not secure. They are not secure. They see security personnel every day and night harassing people, innocent citizens in the street, especially those inspectors that are in the street controlling traffic and things. They are harassing people every day. Every day. So okay, these are some of the sounds of fake government, right? If you put the wrong leader, that these are things that you're going to be expecting. These are things that you're going to be expecting. Liberia, the people of Liberia, they have to wake up. The opposition have to wake up. Jesus Christ or Prophet Muhammad will not come from heaven and come and save nobody. They have to stand up for themselves. Even we are in the diaspora. We're not going to go there to go to their aid. We're talking on behalf of these people to understand the rationale behind the scene. They have to wake up. They have to act. Prayer will not solve the problem.
Thank you.
So what happened today? To Molo? They have problem today just because they hear that people want to protest.
So Molo statement was an interview with somebody, or what happened? How it happened?
He was just I just popped in and I listened to a portion of it.
Which station?
But he sounded like he was like sympathizing with the victim. You know what I mean? And I sit down making it that the opposition should not use that to score political point stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Liberian people, my message to Liberian people, you guys have to wake up. Jesus Christ is not going to come to you. Muhammad is not going to come to you. The people in the diaspora, they're not going to come to you.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you for giving me the time. I appreciate it.
Anytime, bro. So yeah, somebody was on hold, and then the person left the line, and they came back, calling back to back, back to back. You can call the number again. The last person that was calling 484 number. Let's get here. Uh, bueno. Hello, caller. What is your name and where you calling from? I came on the line but you were now available.
Yeah, bro, Sekou, this Hashim Famula calling from Arlington, Pennsylvania.
Go ahead, Mr. Family. What's on your mind?
The thing that happened in Labrador, the alcohol, this alcohol president in Cameroon, you will not go nowhere, bro, Sekou. All the people that are dying. And but the guy that the other call like him, oh, you cannot dare accuse somebody. Why when they accuse you, why you cannot come out to come and say, oh, this is what happened. But everything, even the justice minister draw that down. I don't know what the president came out to say. He came out to say nothing. And he went to where he having the place, the building that where he went there today to go check it out about the rehabilitation center. When he has done nothing. So the only thing we need to do, coming election, go and vote, I go and register and go and vote to move the way of our power. But those things will continue happening to us.
All right.
It will continue happening. People will continue dying.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
The police inspector,
All right.
okay, bro.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's get to Mr. Maulu. Mr. John Maulu, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Sekou?
I'm doing wonderful. Welcome to SKTV. What's on your mind today?
Thank you. I want to first of all say thank you to the women for standing up today to tell the government that enough is enough of violence against women and girls. I think it was a first step in what the Liberian people should do to take their country back, to take their rights back into their hands. I always say it seems like our people are under spell, that they cannot even stand up for themselves, even while they're killing their children. They're too afraid to stand. Every time people talk about them standing up, oh, we don't want to bring war. But if the CDC can run all around the place in large groups and no war comes, so as soon as the opposition wants to do it, then they bring in war. And our people buy that. So I just want to say thank you and big bravo to the women for taking the first step. And I hope the men and all Liberians take cue from that. It was now violent. They came in numbers. They presented their petition to the government. The world saw them, and the government will be forced, or the Senate will be forced to act on some of those things. The first example would be how they're going to address this budget issue and all of that in the Senate. And I hope the pressure remains, that they don't just start and stop. That the pressure remains, and they are joined by their children and by their husbands, who seem to be more coward than the women. So I want to say again, thank you and big bravo to the women for their bravery and their persistence to do what's right for our country.
Thank you.
As far as the morals, something, a CDC called a press conference.
Okay.
And first of all, they say the girl is not Motuska own daughter, so they will go look for the girl.
But how is that important when she was killed?
Exactly, my brother. Now, they keep on incriminating themselves. They attitude, Sekou, you understand this thing. When they call you to an investigation, your body language alone can tell the people how the question should go. These people keep on acting crazy all over the place, showing even more that they're guilty.
Let me agree with you before you leave. I saw something that I was not comfortable with, and it kind of creates some doubt in my mind. when press went to interview, there was a press conference called by the city, Monrovia City, wherein the city police director and Valley Teller, the accused, and the guy and another guy who were conducting the press conference. Every question that was directed at Valley Teller, he never allowed Valley Teller to answer the question. He jumped in the middle of it, and every time the journalist tried to ask Valley Teller directly, both the police director for the city police director and the gentleman I'm talking about right now, will jump in the middle, to answer for him. In fact, there was some statement made by that guy. At some point, he was even laughing, talking about somebody, somebody on a child death. So I'm not accusing Valley Teller that he did it, but the way the Monrovia City people like Jefferson Koji and surrounding, the way they are handling these things, it creating more questions than answers.
Even worse, Sekou, you see, when you didn't do anything, you don't have to pretend. You can be scared and think, but you don't have to pretend. If you look at that particular press conference you're talking about, did you notice something peculiar on the officers? Now, very precisely named Valley Teller as the deputy chief of operation.
Valley Teller.
As the deputy chief of operation, right? They are saying to us now that he is not the deputy chief of operation. He is a patrolman. Okay? Okay, given that to be true, why did they have to put deputy chief of operation on somebody's chest on the t-shirt? Why no other officer had their name printed on their t-shirt like that? They keep on. I don't know who they think they're talking to.
That's not
talking. They're talking to sedition.
That's not being smart. That's not being smart. But thank you very much, Mr. Babu.
So I mean, we just got to tell our people it's about time they stand up to this government. Otherwise, their fear, they will keep on being scared until they kill them. They need to stand up and tell this government that they're not going to tolerate it, they're not going to accept it, and the government will control itself. Thank you, and thank you to the women again.
Thank you, Mr. Babu. Thank you very much. All right, I think this person will be the last caller. 832 number, last 4 DJ 1987. Yeah. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Sekou, how you doing? I'm Abraham Colley.
Abraham Colley?
Yeah.
How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm okay.
What's on your mind today?
Yeah, what is on my mind is the same thing that you guys discussing.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my thing here is the country called Liberia. I don't know whether we are applying spice in how we proceed, or we just saying some sentiments. The country called Liberia, we have to be careful because only us can make Liberia better, not what we say to please all the people or to please politicians. I have been listening to all of the media online coming up with different discussions with regards to this happening of the young girl. May also rest in peace. We all hurt, to be honest with you, because we all got people in Liberia. It could be by somebody, it could be by anybody. And she is by somebody because I am a Liberian and she's a Liberian. So we all heard about it. But when we're discussing it, let us be careful how we discuss it. The very country we're in, as in America here, we all are security for each other and for ourselves. Wherever you live in this world, you should be a security for yourself or your community. So we shouldn't be here and be telling people in Liberia like you gotta be security for yourself or no security is going in the country. You gotta be everywhere you live in this world, you have to be security for yourself. Let's be able to tell the people out there that okay, you should be security for each other because that's how the world is. We should be security for each other. Okay, we shouldn't make it look like, okay, nobody is going. We got all the best technology in this country, the best police, the best security everywhere. But yet, we still security for ourselves. We fail to even identify ourselves with certain people. Okay, so that's the meaning of being security for yourself and the community. Okay, second thing, a brother said, Morba came, I listened to him today. He was just trying, to let his partisan to know that they are in sympathy with what had happened to the madam. So he was just urging people. And equally, so he tried to analyze as to how this thing is proceeding, that this lady need to help the police to work. And I mean, I found logic into it because this lady just...
So you found logic what Molba Mulu said? Okay, can you tell me exactly what he said precisely? What he said?
Thank you. He said, all the people that was on the scene, right, in the community dweller, can help with some of the investigation. That is to get their opinion, to ask them what happened in the community, whether they got any ideas. And that's true. People within the neighborhood, people within the house, they are not they are the main people to be questioned about what happened, because only they were there. Especially what the madam said, the lady, the former chief justice, that she sprayed pepper spray in the other guy's eye and what. So I mean, they are I would say the prime suspect in this case. And when it comes to the interview of Valitere, you see, Liberia is a country that everybody looking for news all over the place. And in a court of law, sometimes you can be guilty of certain things, but the way you talk, the way you answer, not everybody able to talk. Not everybody sensitive to certain things in life, especially when it comes to question and answer. All right, that's why this guy was trying to tell this guy what to say. You can be.
No. I mean, my brother, hold on 1 second. For me, I don't have problem with somebody, trying to protect one of their own. That's obvious. But the thing is, when the man is sitting there, and there are direct questions to the man, allow him to answer the question. That has nothing to do with somebody not knowing how to talk. They're asking you, I was saying something that happened. If you don't do it, I mean, I didn't do it. That's it.
Yeah, but Sekou, let me tell you something. You see, that a journalist over there looking for information, right? Sometimes you can be innocent of certain things, but just for what you say can indict you. You know that? Sekou, you know what I'm talking about.
That's true, but Valitere can choose to answer to any question or to say, no, I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, because of the limitation.
That's true.
Liberia.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what I can tell you right now, the manner in which that interview happened, for them to be, cutting in front of the journalist, not allowing them to ask Valitere, that creates more questions than answers. I can tell you that.
I agree. Internationally, I agree. But when it comes to wise people understanding, I agree. Right? But second, what I want you to take into consideration is the limitation of our country. Right? Numbers of people, lots of people in this country, in that country, don't know how to answer questions, don't know how to ask questions. Even if they are innocent of certain things. Today, it is Valitere, everybody talking about. But tomorrow, it will be somebody brother, your own somebody, right? Can be innocent of certain things. I'm not saying innocent or it's not innocent. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just looking at the society that we.
This government as a whole, this government, as a matter of fact, the way they can handle things on that, they can incriminate themselves. They can create problems for themselves. The way they handle things most of the time.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
The way they can handle some things, that's not how we do things. Even the
government, if everybody just talking, no secret, like you rightly said about this guy Fagon, right? You say he was in government, now you're talking what people should listen to. I agree. I know that Fagon, you are talking about somebody else.
Yeah, it's Fagon. Listen, Fagon, everything Fagon defended the last time, those are the things that he created in the government for. What kind of human being is that? And then you follow it now. You think that person got respect for you?
You see what I'm talking about? Limitation in our country.
But anyway, my brother, I gotta let you go now.
People behind Fagon today.
Yeah.
They say Fagon was causing a few days. You see the limitation of our country? So we just we have to brainwash them. We need to tell them how they need to live and what they have to understand and move forward.
My brother, thank you.
Thank you for affording me the opportunity, my brother.
Yeah, you didn't have enough time today. Thank you so much. All right, folks. I think we got to leave it there for today. So the thing is, the Brown government always incriminate themselves, whether they are guilty of some of those things or not. The way they handle things, the level of unprofessionalism on their part. When it came to the gun issue, you saw it. When it came to the drug issue, you saw it. Even this interview thing, the way they're going about it, the whole city government followed Jefferson Koji and Valley to go to the police for questioning. Why? The whole city people there. Because some of my beginning, some people that I know that been working, over there with the guy, with Jefferson Koji. Everybody just follow you going. I think the government, the police could have just invited Jefferson Koji. If he wants to come with a lawyer, fine, but not the whole city government to go there. For what? You're making it look like you're treating people in government with different yardstick and treat the other rest of the people with another yardstick. You can't do that. If somebody is accused or somebody is a person of interest, the government should conduct an investigation like any other person. No selective justice. That's not how you distribute justice. Justice should be blind. Justice does not know power, it does not know position. Justice should be justice. But the way we do things in Liberia, we put ourselves in problem. I say I'm going now. This person calling. I want to get 2 minutes to be here now. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? I'm about to leave now. Hello?
Hello? Hey, Sekou.
Yes.
Thank you so much for picking up my phone. My name is Mary Johnson.
Mary Johnson.
Yes.
All right. What's on your mind?
Thank you so much for the show. Thank you so much for the platform. But what I see that is going on in Liberia, this government do not understand anything. And another case is going to happen. Another case is going to happen today. It's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen the next day. So these people now, the opposition have to find their own security and start looking for the police people to be bringing them down.
No way. Don't say that. No. Don't say that. Don't say that on this platform. We're not telling anybody to go be bringing police people down. We can't say that on this platform. Don't say that. That's not good. You got to retract that statement. I want you to retract that. Yeah.
But we are just so angry when the people even come for press conference, they are like they make it robbery on the Liberian people that we will get another one again. We can't have one press conference. We get another one. We can't have press conference. This is just too sad.
Yeah, that's true. It's sad. It is very sad that people should be killed that way.
But for now until October, that's a long time. And they're going to be killed over and over again.
But what's the guarantee said they're going to be removed in October? The way you put that on, they put on the saying that said.
Yeah.
So what's the guarantee that they're going to remove it come October?
It's just too sad though. So I know maybe what I said, when I'm supposed to say that way, but it's so sad. But I think that was happening, something will happen. The people were listen. They were not listen. Another person will be killed again.
Yeah, but you say you don't want war in Liberia, but what you just said, that one that war there. If anybody who is not authorized to hold guns, should not hold guns to shoot anybody.
It's so sad, my papa. Thank you so much.
All
I'm
right.
just so angry and pissed off today.
No problem. Just don't say that again, yeah?
All right, okay. Thank you, Papa.
All right. Yeah, folks, I think we gotta let it go. Nobody should encourage other people to hold arm and bring the police people down. When we do that, then we'll have a lawless country. Everybody will be, shooting each other. That means we'll have no government, we'll have no authority. And that's called war. Some people who never live in that kind of atmosphere, they don't know the danger of what they're talking about. I was in Monrovia when Lur came, the 2-time Lur came. the time Charles Taylor left the country, I was in Monrovia. I was living in Charles Taylor control area. And I know exactly what we went through. War is not good. Any form. So I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. We'll be here on Saturday. Today is Thursday. We'll be on Saturday. We'll be on Sunday. We'll be on Monday as well. I want to say thank you to all of you for following. Be blessed, and you have a wonderful day. And again, let me not forget. Let me see if we have any update on the contributions. A lot of different contributions came here. Okay, yeah, nothing yet. Those were the ones that I said. Julius, and then the 3 people that gave the $10 and then $5. That's what we have. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll be here again on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Hopefully by Saturday, the radio station will be available from Liberia. At the same time, whether or not the radio is available, we'll be here. We appreciate your time. We say thank you. Let me look for the song that I like to. I say I can't go now. Oh my God. I can't go unless you call it to pay up. We can't go now unless you call it to contribute money to SKTV now. We can't go now. Hello. Who's it? Hi, this T. How you doing? T, are you calling to contribute because we say we leave you now? The only person is allowed to talk right now until the person pay money. Go ahead, T. Long time.
Yeah, my thing, what I want to say, right, Seko?
Yeah,
quick. Every time when you have this show, you understand, like, oh, we don't want to go back to war, we don't want to go through this. But Seko, you really believe we're not at war right now in our country? It's just that because people not shooting one another, people scared to open their mouth. No,
the situation in the country is bad, it's terrible. But at least as of now, we only have one group of people with guns. But we will be a real war when we have gone with opposite sides.
So in the country, people got guns that are not even trained to carry the gun. People carrying guns that are not supposed to have guns. You know what the Justice Minister said the other day? The city police not allowed to have guns, but they got guns. The police officer who was talking the day they had the main press conference, he claimed he got a pass, and he said he didn't have no gun. When the other day he was walking with a gun on his side.
No, but hold on. Which day were walking with gun on his side? The time they went to the.
Yesterday.
The man had gone. The man had gone. When they went to the city.
Yeah, the police. I don't know his name. The spokesman or either he was a spokesman or he was the main lawyer because the way they were behaving, like the man couldn't speak.
Yeah, but you saw going with the man the last day.
Go back to that video. See the man walking. You see the
man. No, I didn't see him walking. What I saw, they were talking to them when the Valitele were all the way in the back. The Arthur Johnson I saw talking for a little bit, and then.
Not with Arthur Johnson, with the police. I don't know if the police, whatever. He got a police uniform on. That was yesterday when you were walking. It was yesterday or the day they had the other press conference before they got a lawyer. Not the one today.
Oh.
Either yesterday or the day
before. I haven't seen that. When somebody get it, they can inbox me or inbox SKTV. I will see it.
I will find it, send it to you. But what I'm trying to say is, everybody, then people need to have a neighborhood watch. But even if you have a neighborhood watch, right, like the guy in America, somebody will see it compromise because if you're not paying the people, somebody don't have a job, they will sacrifice and take money to do something. You understand? It's just sad, you know. We want war, but we at war. We are the government and the people put there, they're fighting war with their own citizens. You understand? Country in the country, nobody know who brought a gun. But the gun, every corner you can find gun. Every corner you can. And then another thing, one more thing before you leave. What really upset me about Liberia thing, a draw, we are not part of the problem, or he know what's going on. Then one day can he release a press statement to even sympathize with the family or
Joe,
You're not allowed to do it?
Joe, we don't know how to do that.
Wow. But you will go to church on Sunday to talk about it.
Yeah, that's why he need. That's what he knows how to do. To go to church
Right,
and
that's
to go to
my
church.
input, but it's just too much.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Unfortunately, that's what we have right now, and we.
Yeah, man.
And nobody can change it unless the Laverne put themselves ready to change it.
People gotta change their own. If they change their story, it's up to them.
Yeah.
You know, because they keep saying opposition, and there's something I would say. Opposition don't have to fight for nothing. Opposition are the next way group to get in power. But if a citizen it's like you're in a relationship, you're being abused. You will tell your mind, Father, come there to fight your husband or to fight your boyfriend, but you the one got to fight for yourself to take yourself out of the situation. So if the people are like, bro, tired, they will get in the street and protest. It got to be violent protest. They have to get up. And when they get up, then other people will follow. But you're waiting for opposition, you're waiting for Joseph Waka, you're waiting for comments. That's not how it works. You're the one in the situation. These people, although they will lead in the long run if they get in office, but you're the one feeding your bill. You're the one going to bed 4 o'clock. You're the one don't have a job. You're the one not secure. So you're supposed to get up. Enough is enough. If they get up and say enough is enough, we out here, we're not leading until the president says something or things change, then the other people will follow. But I hear people always say, oh, the opposition can speak. What can opposition speak what can opposition say that will change these people? What can Mr. Thomas say that will change what we have all will change every single day? What can you say that Joseph Waka can say the other person can change? They won't go. All the opposition about it. So it's not about opposition, it's about the citizen that needs to rise up. Then people will fight with them. But you can't keep fighting for people when they fight for themselves. I understand. They're afraid. But then, Joey, they take care of everybody in the country. If you rise up, the whole world see that you fed up, then the other people will join you. So
Thank you.
What I see.
That's true.
So thank you.
Thank you, T. Thank you for bringing me back and take 7 minutes away from me again.
It's okay.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. So, folks, yeah, we were about to leave, and then she called. She's one of those people that have been with SKTV for a very long time. So we recognize our people. We recognize your support and contribution to SKTV. I'm not talking about her financial contribution, but she's been a normal caller, usual caller on this platform. She always call and contribute. So on that note, we will call it a day. We'll be here again on Saturday.
Oh, na 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 na. Just let people them. D12 on the beat. I know they send you to monitor. Go try them say you not see me, yo. I know they send you to slow me down. Go try them say you not see me, yo. Hey. I think you